opens new housing for hospital staff. Mendi partners with Telikom to improve infrastructures. Lahanis register first win in Intercity Cup. Welcome to Monday's news. I'm Kilawani. Prime Minister James Marape and Bougainville President Ismail Toroama are in Wabeg for the second joint intergovernment post-referendum consultations and the joint supervisory body meeting. Upon his arrival yesterday at Wapenamanda Airport, the Prime Minister proceeded to open the new staffing complex for Sopas District Hospital.
Any provincial government and Wabeg District Development Authority have seized the opportunity for a series of meetings in Enga Province to let Prime Minister James Marape officially open a 4-in-1 building complex at Sopas District Hospital. It was built at a cost of 3 million kina from the national government's public investment program. The Prime Minister urged local and provincial governments to partner with the national government to ensure services are delivered to the people.
Shared responsibility, not just strictly national government. The way we're doing business now, national government just has oversight. We allocate resource, but we allow our districts, in partnership with our provinces, to take the front step in as far as securing those resources we put in budget and getting contractors, supervising them, and getting work done.
A lot of funding into this project, and I'm helping him by building a little, helping him in construction of some other essential amenities at this institution. So this institution comprises the Sopas District Hospital and the Enga College of Nursing.
Meanwhile, discussions on Bougainville is between the national government and the autonomous Bougainville government over the outcome of the referendum. In 2019, close to 90% of the people voted for independence. However, the results are inconclusive as it will be ratified on the floor of Parliament. Both governments have agreed in their first consultation meeting in Kokopo to achieve a number of outcomes through such joint leaders post-consultation and joint supervisory body meetings. Among a number of issues are to consult on the definition and process of ratification, identifying constitutional issues relating to the referendum result and the tabling of the consultation outcomes in the National Parliament, develop a joint roadmap on post-referendum consultations, and fully implement the SHARP agreement as a matter of priority on the transfer of certain powers to the ABG. Prime Minister James Marape will remain in Wabeg to attend the Porgera Pre-Development Forum to reopen the mine, which will be held on the 7th and 8th of this month. Vasinatha Yama, National EMTV News, Mount Hagen.
Kumul Telikom Holdings Limited has partnered with Mendi District Development Authority to develop telecommunication infrastructures in the district. The partnership will see towers being built by Telikom PNG in various parts of Mendi District. An agreement was signed today between the Works Minister Michael Nally, who spoke in his capacity as Mendi MP, and officials from Kumul Telikom Holdings.
This partnership will see Kumul Telikom Holdings build telecommunication towers in various parts of Mendi district. These towers will ease communications in the district as well as support students access e-library and internet services.
A school right in the center of nowhere, they can access communication. Through communication, they can access e-library, and also for the clinics, if there are clinics set up right in the rural settings, they can have through the e-clinic, we can have doctors or AGO speaking direct to them of basic help, and they can get through communication.
According to the local MP, there has been no proper telecommunication infrastructures in the district for many years, and students in the district do not have the opportunity to access internet and e-library services. The Works Minister, speaking in his capacity as the Mendi MP, he says he is committed to building infrastructures for his district. Various locations will be identified in the district for these towers to be established, and the project will be jointly funded by KTH and Mendi District Development Authority.
We are committed as part of a state-owned entity. We are committed to provide those services with the help of your leaders in the district. So once again, thank you, Minister, for coming and signing the agreement. And your coming is having a confidence in us once again.
And so we are committed to doing the best we can for our children. So I want to say thank you very much for the support that you are giving. We will partner this. And it is my responsibility to make sure that this thing works.
According to KTH's Acting Managing Director Jesse Wangwa, Telikom PNG has partnered with various districts to build telecommunication towers. These include Kaguairave, Imbongu, South Bougainville and other districts. And they are pleased to partner with Mendi DDA to roll out this project.
We are signing to show that we are partnering, and we are going to put 50-50 of the cost in all the operation that we're going to run. And it's a partnership with a view to also give responsibility back to the DDAs to look after the towers while we provide the technical support.
But thank you very much for providing us this opportunity, because this thing will go a long, very long way. It will help our kids to learn better things. And so your support is really appreciated.
Rayon Lakingu National, MTV News.
After 2 years of court battles, the Waigani National Court has dismissed all proceedings and ordered Peter Andama to assume office as chairman of the Juha Special Purpose Authority. Chairman Andama welcomed the decision and says it is now in the best interest of landowners, government stakeholders and affected communities of PDL 9 in the North Koroba area to work together.
Over 2 years of attending to lengthy court battles is over for the current Juha SPA chairman and his legitimate board members. On Friday, Justice David Kennings ruled in their favor, dismissing all proceedings.
The orders now sanctions the members of the board that is under the chairmanship of Andama, meaning that they assume office and run the SPA, conduct the SPA in terms of its provisions that are under the SPA to provide that services back to the PDL 9 beneficiaries, who are, of course, the landowners.
It was an in-house issue that boiled over the management of a 2 million kina funding. This saw twists and turns in court and at the office of the provincial and local level government affairs in the past 2 years. The decision now reinstates Peter Andama as chairman, including Treasurer Alex Arabia. He says government officials were misled by plaintiff Ben Erawa.
Has already made a decision to restore my office. So we are now will continue to work with the department and our good minister as per Prime Minister's instructions for all ministers to work with the authorities or even the landowners entities concerned to save its purposes.
With the court decision settled, Chairman Andama is now allowed to conduct the purpose of the Special Purpose Authority. He is now allowed to conduct businesses related to the establishment of the Special Purpose Authority. Andama says a couple of projects remain stagnant over the 2 years court battle. He has also called on all stakeholders to work together and see PDL communities benefit from projects.
We want to empower or implement some of those projects, those were, covered there. And then in implementing that, our SPA want to be different. Unlike other SPAs, we want to, make our people participate in the project implementations. Meaning that we've got IDGs still sitting there, which other project areas, they got the IDGs, but Juha haven't got our IDGs, and our good Prime Minister know that, our good Governor know that, and they are our sons, so we want to, work with them. I know that they are happy to work with us, but waiting for this case to be, settled. So now it is settled. We appeal to them, please pay what is due to us, so that we'll implement the project for our people. So that people, at least, they must feel their services, at least road services. At least a small project like, our schools, rehabilitation of our schools and our head posts.
Jagla Power Junior National, MTV News.
A clan in Manus is making a stand as the legitimate landowners of the Longrun naval base. The Longrun clan are supporting the call by the Papua New Guinea, Australia and United States governments to develop the naval base, but say various levels of government must work with them and other clans within the impact area.
The Longrun clan held a news conference to express the concerns regarding the proposed development plan of the Longrun naval base in Manus. They claim their ownership as legitimate landowners of the impact area. Women leader Hima Rose says they want to work with state agencies and concerned governments of Australia, US and Papua New Guinea.
Mipla Longrun is sing out the government belong PNG, Australia and America, long look sabe lo Mipla also Mipla or Lenona belong Longrun. Na come you me work one time, developing Longrun na strategy to sit down below Mipla.
The clan has documented their clan legitimacy. They believe the project will generate benefits and also create opportunities for them, including other stakeholders. According to a report, about 350 jobs will be created for the locals.
Government, you come one time Mipla, you come sit down good. Now you may talk. You must look savvy and the benefit or one kind of development or business. You may work one time. So government Mipla, some sing out Mipla, suppose Prime Minister, suppose you can hire Mipla. Please, you look him. You look him this the submission Mipla, this the documentary Mipla.
The scope of the Longrun infrastructure project was developed and agreed in consultation with the PNG DF and has been designed to benefit the local community. The head of Papua New Guinea's Defence Force, Major General Gilbert Toropo, said the upgrade would significantly improve PNG's maritime security capabilities. It's a project that will cost over 200 million kina.
Supporting work potential impact area outside Los Negros. This project affected Manus over there. So on behalf of the Islam, we are seeking thinking support the Manus. This project will transform our economy and our livelihood.
Construction at Longrun Naval Base commenced in mid-2020. Meanwhile, the redevelopment has attracted concerns over China's growing presence, but Prime Minister James Marape has denied, claiming China is an important investor and partner. Jagla Pava Jr., National EMTV News.
In the news ahead, JICA and the National Health Department partner for a new project to combat infectious diseases. That story and more when we come back. Welcome back to the news. For years, the partnership between the government of PNG and Japan International Cooperation Agency has been the foundation for development and trust building. Today, JICA introduced its new technical cooperation called the Project for Improving Basic Medical Services for Infectious Diseases Control in Health Facilities. The project commenced today after the signing of the Record of Discussion, which will end in March 2022.
This project by JICA is purposely granted to combat the spread of COVID-19 and other infectious diseases in PNG. JICA has stepped in with $1.8 million to procure and deliver medical equipment such as sterilizers, laundry machines and dryers for target provincial hospitals throughout PNG.
The procurement will consist of 15 sterilizers, 9 laundry machines and 9 dryers, which account to a total cost of $1.8 million. With the close collaboration with the Department of Health, we will procure, deliver, and commission this medical equipment in 12 target provincial hospitals across Papua New Guinea. We also provide training materials on infection control. We hope that the hospitals themselves will make use of these materials and actively develop their skills.
The signing of this project also signifies the continued support of Japan towards PNG. In a bilateral meeting held on the 29th of June this year between the Prime Minister of Japan and the Prime Minister of PNG, the Japanese government pledged to continue its backing in combating the global pandemic in Pacific region.
Japan will provide the vaccination of 3 million doses to the Pacific countries throughout COVAX facility. Of course, that includes Papua New Guinea. Japan will continue its support for PNG to fight against COVID-19 and PNG's recovery from the impact of the virus.
The PNG health sector has been one of the major beneficiaries of the bilateral relationship between PNG and Japan through its health infrastructure and corporate medical technology programs. Health Secretary Dr. Osborne Liko thanked the Japanese government for its profound support in contributing to some of the key components of health services.
This occasion of having these sterilizers and the parts and machines for the laundries and the dryers are very important key component of medical standards in regard to infection prevention control. So your contribution, your support here will go a long way into improving those health services component in the country.
Suli National EMTV News.
Opposition leader Belden Nama is calling for the resignation of Prime Minister James Marape and National Pandemic Controller David Manning. Earlier in the week, the Prime Minister assured the country that the freedom of movement is protected under the national constitution. This follows a media release from the controller David Manning that purports to restrict any unvaccinated persons from traveling domestically. In a news conference this afternoon, Nama says the recent pandemic restriction breaches or is a direct violation of Section 52 of the Constitution. The opposition leader says the freedom of movement must not be bulldozed by poor decisions. He also called on the National Court Registry to fast-track cases related to the pandemic, as he claims it has violated human rights laws.
This is draconian and direct assault on the rights and freedoms of our citizens in this country. The Prime Minister must bear the blame and take full responsibility for these grievous offenses. He must resign for the offense of violating the Constitution of our country. He must resign in disgrace. An apology from Mendi shortly after the order was released, and there was so many pressure in the Facebook and by citizens of this country, as if this is a simple oversight to be disregarded and condemned. This shows sheer incompetence of the controller and Mendi as the police commissioner. He cannot say and put the blame on those who drafted the directive.
The PNG Defence Force signed a Memorandum of Agreement with the National Airports Corporation today. The MOA signifies the transfer and ownership arrangements as part of the trade-off deal for the Vanimo Airport Development Project.
This MOA signing comes as a result of having several meetings between NAC and Chief of PNG DF, Major General Gilbert Toropo, and his executives. NAC were given 10,000 square meters of land as per their proposal to use the state land under the certificate authorizing occupancy title to PNG DF as the land is adjacent to the airport.
We are so privileged to have the kind of understanding that we have with PNG Defence Force for allowing us to do this trade-off to build our airport. It's good for the people of Papua New Guinea, especially for people of Southern Province.
NAC through Civil Aviation Development Investment Program will assist the Defence Force to refurbish existing facilities of the forward operation base in Vanimo.
So in the PNG Defence Force, our troops will be very, very happy to see a well refurbished and revitalized base for our troops to operate at, to conduct our security duties along our border. So this partnership, I think, is a way to go, and I thank the managing director and the team who has been behind the scene to allow us to come to this significant moment of signing the MOU between National Airports Corporation and the PNG Defence Force.
Civil Aviation Development Investment Program, or CADIP, now looks forward to starting the refurbishment works at the military base soon.
At this stage, we have awarded the contracts for the maintenance to begin, Major General, and there is no stopping us now to begin the works on site.
Podivai, National EMTV News.
For those who have visited Port Moresby Nature Park in the past couple of weekends, you have met Simon and seen his artwork. He may have been one of the artists who painted your face, or you may have seen the masterpieces he helped create in the new larger-than-life sculptures displayed. This is his story.
If you have been to the Port Moresby Nature Park to be part of the BSP Trace to Treasure Sculpture Festival, then you won't miss this talented artist. Simon Vasily is a 40-year-old artist originally from Milne Bay Province, and creating art is what he loves doing.
Being from Milne Bay and the Gulf area, I take pride in the art by our ancestors, and art itself is a channel where you be who you really are, and you express that.
Simon's experiences from being a secondary school teacher to a tour guide in the late 90s and early 2000s allowed him to learn so much about the culture, history and tradition, which led him to depict these experiences through paintings. When he heard about Nature Park needing volunteers for the festival, he signed up. Simon led his team and they were able to create the new sculptures on display now at the park. Through the various community engagement projects, he hopes that he can advocate to many more about the importance of protecting the environment.
With Nature Park, personally I love nature, and I want to bring awareness to people to also appreciate nature and have respect for nature as well.
He has his own venture which he does live painting and different designs. But for now, he is committed to helping the Nature Park with face painting. All proceeds from that will go towards the Nature Park's wildlife appeal.
We're painting faces. When the kids are not queuing up, I'm also live painting and finishing a piece which I want to merge in the theme of nature. And identity, which is our komo.
Rayon Lakingu National, EMTV News.
And now looking at the Nest Fund market report, the Kina opened unchanged at $0.2850 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, your Kina will buy $0.2775 $0.3655 Australian dollars, $0.3931 New Zealand dollars, and 30.22 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold is trading lower, coffee and cocoa closed lower, and copper closed higher. Palm oil closed lower, crude oil is trading higher, copper closed higher. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, the ASX 200 is trading lower, the All Ordinaries is trading lower.
Tukai Sports.
Welcome to Tukai Sports. The Bintango Goroka Lahanis registered their first win of the season in round 5 of the Digicel Cup. The Lahanis beat the PRK Mendi Muruks yesterday at the Oil Search National Football Stadium in a close scoreline of 21-20.
After 4 straight losses, the Goroka Lahanis regrouped in round 5, going against the undefeated PRK Mendi Muruks.
and puts the ball down.
Both teams executed well to register points, but Lahanis took the lead 8-6 at halftime.
He reckons he scored.
The trailing Muruks capitalized on the Lahanis sleek defense to score another try, but Lahanis kept the momentum and added 2 more tries.
Show and go. Buka is heading for the line. There it is. Another try to the Lahanis.
The match-winning field goal claimed the Lahanis' first win of the season.
For the drop field goal, and he's got it.
It's a good. The boys, most of the things that we learned during the week, they executed well. I told them to stick in the game plan. They played, and the game plan works out well. The discipline, patience, complete the sets. Muruks had a better side, and we prepared hard for them.
The Lahanis halfback Robinson Soga was impressive with 2 try assists and the match-winning goal. Coach Gonzalez says Soga will keep the combination with Patrick Tarutia at the spine to control the game.
Robin Soga is used to be former Lahanis. He went around to other teams, and then I called him back, and he's with the team. He played in the first game, but because of injury, he stayed back. Now we brought him back, and he knows what he's doing.
Despite the win, the Bintangon Goroka Lahanis are currently sitting at the 11th position on the ladder. Suli, Tukai Sports.
That story wraps up Tukai Sports. The weather report after these messages. Stay with us.
Tukai Sports. Tukai Sports.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by MoniPlus, with you always.
Weather forecast for tonight and tomorrow. Southern region, Port Moresby partly cloudy with possible drizzles, then fine morning. Daru and Popondetta mostly fine. Kerama mostly fine, though partly cloudy. Alotau partly cloudy with morning brief showers. In the Momase region, Leh partly cloudy with possible brief showers. Medang mostly fine. Wewak partly cloudy. Vanimo partly cloudy with brief early morning showers possible. New Guinea Islands region, Lorengau and Buka mostly fine. Kavieng mostly fine although cloudy. Kokopo, Rabaul, possible brief showers, then fine, partly cloudy morning. Kimbe, partly cloudy. In the Highlands region, Mount Hagen, partly cloudy with patchy rain drizzles, then morning fog. Gorka and Kundiawa, partly cloudy, then morning fog. Mendi and Wabeg, partly cloudy, then morning fog. Forecast for small crabs for the next 24 hours. Waters of southern PNG, Indonesian border through Torres Strait, to Daru, to Kiwai Islands, to Kerama, to Yule Island, to Hood Point, to Samurai Islands, seas 1.5 to 2.5 meters. Waters of Samurai Islands to eastern and western Milne Bay Islands, to Cape Vogel, and with waters of Finschhafen through Vitiers, Dampier Straits, to Siasi, Long Islands, seas 0.5 to 1.5 meters. Waters north of Cape Vogel to Huon Gulf to Finschhafen, with waters north of Long Island to Medang, to Wewak, to Aitape, to Vanimo and northern PNG Indonesian border, and with waters of New Island to New Britain and Bougainville, seas 0.5 to 1.3 meters. Waters of Manus and its western group of islands, seas 0.5 to 1 meter. Ocean forecast for PNG areas. Coral seas rather rough with southeast winds of 20 to 30 knots. Solomon seas slight with east to southeast winds of 10 to 15 knots. Bismarck seas smooth to slight with east to southeast winds of 5 to 15 knots. Pacific Ocean seas smooth to slight with southeast winds of 5 to 15 knots.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
And that's the news, sports and weather for Monday, 5th of July 2021. Pleasant viewing, be safe, bye for now.